We continue now with our Great American Panel. There's been an amazing video that was caught on tape just recently. A Congressman, Phil Hare, talking about the Constitution in healthcare. Check it out.
I don't worry about the Constitution on this, to be honest.
That's mine. Well, that's right.
Jackpot, brother.
Oh,
keep
what I care more about the people that are dying every day that don't have health care.
You care more about that than the U.S. Constitution that you swore to uphold.
I believe that it says we have the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
Okay.
Tell me, it doesn't matter to me.
It doesn't matter to me. I have very low standards for congressmen and congresswomen, but isn't this a little shocking that he doesn't know the difference between the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution and apparently doesn't care?
Look, I'll give him a pass on mistaking the Declaration for the Constitution, but because we all have our gotcha moments, and I don't want to play that kind of game, but I'll tell you, I'm stunned that a man would just dismiss the Constitution when it comes to health care, and please God, this is not common in the U.S. Congress.
Hugh, I got to weigh in. I've been teaching con law for 15 years.
Is it unconstitutional?
It is. Yes, I do believe the individual mandate from the federal government is unconstitutional. I do believe that that's a state action. But when I tell my law students that it matters and that we've been doing this 15 years at Chapman, reading that Constitution first week, to hear a congressman who takes the oath say it doesn't matter to me, even if it's a slip, it evokes something. And the happiest guy in the world is Bobby Schiller, who Bobby 2010 is his opponent in the 17th. Now that's a +2 Democrat district. But people go to Bobby 2010 if they're upset tonight with this congressman saying the Constitution doesn't matter.
Penny, it doesn't matter to me?
Unfortunately, not having to pass Civics 101 is not a requirement for a congressman, so it's unfortunate, and it is a shame. I mean, he really does need to respect the Constitution, and he does need to respect the Declaration of Independence, and what he said was unfortunate.
What did John Adams say? One useless man is a shame, two is a law firm, three or more is a Congress. So, Hugh, would you actually want to see the Supreme Court strike it down?
I believe that challenge will get there, and I do believe there's a severability aspect to this. It doesn't mean it's all going to go away, but the individual mandate should not be it's got nothing to do with interstate commerce. It does not affect someone sitting alone in their room. It would shock every framer. It would certainly would cause the anti-federalists to go crazy. And as a result, a very significant challenge coming down. I think you'll see a 5-4 decision, and I hope Justice Kennedy sides with the 4. I'm fairly confident we'll view that it is an extra legal endeavor.
So, Stephen, if the federal government can do this, can make you buy a product from a private business, is there anything it can't do? I mean, can it mandate you to buy anything at once?
I can't think of it. I can't think of it. I mean, the 10th Amendment, the whole idea of the 10th Amendment was to say, thus far, no further, everything else is to the states. And so the idea that we can actually be required to buy something, I mean, that is so, as Hugh has said, so foreign to the worldview of the founders, it's not even funny.
We're required to buy insurance right now through Medicare. I mean, it's already there. So I don't think, and there's many legal scholars on the other side that would argue directly opposite of you, Hugh, that said the individual mandate is there because of the Commerce Clause. And so I think it's a debate that's still to be had.
How are you engaging in commerce if you don't buy health insurance? I mean, you're not engaging in commerce. You're explicitly not engaging in commerce.
Because of the overriding regulation that they need to regulate health insurance as a total, because they believe, the Congress has said that they believe that the only way to get individuals, the only way to make the system right is to have all individuals, and that is the Commerce Act and their ability to not only regulate it, but also tax. And that is afforded to them in the Constitution.
Let me shift gears. Let's put aside this Constitution and talk about something important. Tiger Woods. It's going to be a big week for Tiger Woods coming up with the Masters. Penny, you are a golf fan.
Yes.
We were talking about this earlier. Isn't this going to be the most viewed Masters ever? And could this perversely, and I use the word advisedly, end up helping golf?
Oh, I think anytime Tiger Woods plays, it helps golf. As you see time and time and tournament after tournament, the one thing about the Masters is they do regulate how much press is going to be there. Is it going to draw record ratings? I imagine so. But I have to say, as a fan and as a golfer myself, and someone who watched him in 2005 win the Masters, I watch him for his golf, and he is a phenomenal. And I wish him the best of luck, and I hope he comes back, and I hope he comes back roaring to play.
Hugh, do you wish him the best of luck? There's also a report out that he's giving one of his mistresses $10 million, allegedly, to stay quiet.
It's Good Friday. I spent a lot of time at St. Patrick's today. Archbishop Dolan was wonderful. I think the theme of forgiveness is a great one, and I think we should just move past this and allow him to play golf in America to forget the seamy side.
Stephen?
I don't play golf because I already have a religion, but I have to tell you, the thing with Tiger Woods just saddens me. There was a great article in Vanity Fair a few months ago, basically around the idea that there's no there, that he's been in the public eye so much that there's a bit of a soullessness to him. And I really hope he reclaims himself through this. but how sad and how tragic. So we all wish him well, especially on Good Friday. But I think the major issue is that you can't just buy off the people that you've wronged and sinned against your wife with. You have to refashion a life, and an interior life at that.
Penny, so we look at him differently now. I mean, he's a tremendous golfer. He'll stay a tremendous golfer. But this is
he's
incredibly unseemly stuff.
It is not savory stuff. No, it's not. But I'm not one that lives in a glass house either, and I'm not one to be throwing the stones at. I appreciated him for his talent on the golf course, as I have all athletes. I appreciate them for what they do. I mean, they elevate you to an ideal, a way in which you would ever aspire to be. So it's inspiring in and of itself. The other thing, that's between his wife, his family, his maker. That is something that he needs to deal with himself.
But it's a delicate line, right? Because someone like that is a role model for so many people and for so many kids, especially.
That's the hard thing, is that, you know, we were all cheering him on. He was so good. He was so beyond everybody else. He was African American. I mean, we love this. And then there's the disappointment factor. But we shouldn't be crueler to him than we are to anyone else, and we should wish him well.
Great. Thanks so much, guys. Thanks for being with us. Happy Easter. Enjoy the weekend. Coming up next, he is the world's most famous bounty hunter and the star of his own TV show. Dwayne "Dog" Chapman sat down with Sean to talk about how he tracked down a California man accused of 86 counts of rape. That's next.